Hi, I'm going to go over the application Proloquo2go. This is a robust communication application produced by Assistiveware. This is a 77 grid layout, and the grid size can change, but this grid size is actually a very good grid size if fine motor and vision are sufficient to access it, because there are so many good high-frequency words right on the main page that you don't have to navigate so much into folders, which decreases the load for being able to think about what you want to say and how quickly you can say it. Let me give you an example. Oftentimes when we're first starting, we're just thinking about single words, and those would be our core words or high-frequency words that we use throughout the day. So words like go.
Go.
You might be saying, let's go to the car, or let's go to school, or let's make the car go, or let's make the music go. Any of these applications for go would be great to use throughout the day and just model and demonstrate how that word can be used. Again, you can say the whole phrase, let's go to the park,
Go.
and just select go. To clear words out, you'll go over to the right-hand side where there's an X. You'll hit once for each word you want to erase. If you do have a whole phrase you want to erase quickly, you can double tap on the X. So back to the core words, things like stop and go. I want that, I like it. Get this, let's do that. Help is a good one.
Help.
Help, looks like you need some help.
Help. Help.
I'll open that for you. And then just go ahead and do that and continue to model throughout the day whenever you feel like your child or your student needs help with something. So again, I'm going to double tap now to clear that all out. If you're in a stage where the individual is already using some of these single core words for different reasons, not just for requesting, but also to refuse, I do not want this, I'm all done,
All done.
I want something different.
Different.
They may be using it to comment. That's good.
Good.
That's bad.
Bad.
I like it.
Like.
I do not
Not.
like it.
Like.
If they're already starting to do that and you're becoming more familiar with the layout, then you can put two words together. Maybe you could say, I want that.
That.
And then point to the item. You don't have to go find the exact noun every time. So that takes a lot of time at first. You could say, I like this.
This.
Or I need that.
That.
Or let's go get it.
Get.
It. Not sure why that's double tapping. I think it's my mouse. So think about how you can combine two words at that stage. And then if you're really getting good, then of course you can go in and start, putting together some phrases with some of these nouns that are in folders along the bottom. We call those fringe because they're only used about 20% of the time, and we want everything else that we use about 80% of the time right out here and accessible on the main page. So let's say we want to go somewhere, but we're going to add the actual place. So we could say we want to go to places, we want to go to the bus. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect grammar with the symbols. You can say the phrase, it's time to go to the bus.
Go bus.
And just use go bus on the symbols. If you do want to model correct grammar and you're at this stage, you can stay right here in this folder, and each folder, they pull through some of the core words from the main page to help you just stay right here and continue building sentences. So you might want to say, I want to go to the bus. We can say to the
bus.
Sorry, it's doing double for me.
I want to go to the bus.
But again, double tap to clear that all out. Or you might just, again, say, want to go to the bus.
Want to go bus.
Want to go to the bus. To return home, you'll either use the home button in the bottom center or the home button over on the left-hand side. If you just want to go back a level because maybe you're inside of, oftentimes there's secondary pages with more categories. So there might be restaurants, and we might be talking about a drive-through. and you just want to go back one level. So you could go back one level here, or you could go all the way back home. And we'll clear that out. So to explore some of these folders on the bottom, we have, feelings and secondary pages with all kinds of feelings. These can be moved around to front pages. They can be prioritized. Pictures can be changed. Photographs can be added. There's some different types of programming things that we can do, but I always recommend that you consult and collaborate with your speech-language pathologist at school so that we have a point person that's helping determine where things are going, and we don't have too many people changing things. The last thing we want is to really change the motor plan of where these primary words are, because that's just like changing letters around on your keyboard. It's not really fun once you've learned a motor plan for something and then it gets moved on you. It can be really frustrating. But again, back to the folders, there's people, things encompasses a lot. So we've got animals and supplies and vehicles and nature, clothing, and then lots more things over here on the secondary page. And then food, of course, and these can be changed, these primary ones. All of this space can be used up to add extra buttons, and then there should be more over here in folders. So maybe you're talking only about breakfast items. Then this would bring up lots of breakfast items. Describing is your adjectives, so these are things like clean or fun or hungry. They're pretty much in alphabetical order. If you're looking for one and you can't find it, one way to locate it a little quicker might be to do this A to Z search. If you do that and you're thinking, okay, I want to find the word funny, something's funny, just select F, and then that will limit all of your adjectives to just words that start with F, and there it is.
Funny.
And the same kind of search is available for actions because there's so many. These are your verbs. Again, they're mostly in alphabetical order, but if you're having trouble finding them because they categorize them in these different categories, it can be a little tricky. You might find it easier to find the verbs by thinking about what they start with. So let's say swim. Those are all of the S, and there's quite a few of them actually. So swim, there it is.
Swim.
Great. Okay, so that is the two big folders that you can search A to Z. The rest of these, you should be able to pretty much find what you need within a first or secondary page. If you cannot, then you can search for it by going to the 4 squares on the left-hand side on the bottom and using the magnifying glass. So let's say we didn't know where the word scary was. We could just type in the word scary and search. And it will give you all the different ways that you could find it. Usually the first one is the best, so you just select that one, and it will guide you through by hiding everything except the pathway that you need. So it's saying go to feelings, then go to your secondary page, and there it is.
Scary.
So then you can go back home and practice that. So that was under feelings, secondary page,
Scary.
scary. So before you or your speech pathologist program too many words here, you would probably want to search first and make sure that they're not already in the system somewhere, because if they are, then that could be redundant. So check and see if they're there. If it's something highly personalized, like the name of your child or student sports team, then you just have to think together, where would be the best place to put that? It might be under, I don't know, it might be under activities, or it might be under fun. It kind of depends on what the association is for that individual. So that's just a basic overview. I'm not going to go into the programming right now. It's not terribly difficult, but that would be something, again, probably your speech-language pathologist would guide you on. For now, at the beginning, just focus on these core words in the pink, maybe some commenting words in blue, and always incorporating some negation or protesting words like not, different, all done, so that we can help student or child start to learn to use these symbols when they are in need of something or they want to express themselves. So hopefully that was helpful, and thank you very much.